Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth
and sell it on the internet really fast.
I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit. We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Hey.
Welcome to our show. In this episode, Jill and I talk about how to automate your deal flow. But before we get to it, let's hear some funny / recent interesting stuff that happened to us, Jill.
Hey, I bought some squishy wine glasses from the husband of a Family Guy writer. How weird random is that? You know what I mean?
I remember that. I remember you talking about that. I still haven't seen these squishy wine glasses though. What are they? LA.
So it's imagine a stemless wine glass. We all know what that looks like. So when there's glass ones out there, but this was they made a squishy material, and it's designed to not really fall over. That
is glass in there?
No, it's plastic. It's all plastic. It's squishy plastic, like silicone or something. And we're not going to talk about the other uses for silicone. Anyway, just to head that off.
Oh,
so anyway,
it's good that you did that.
They're squishy, and so they won't break. Should you knock it over?
Squishy silicone.
Yeah, so it shouldn't break. Anyway, so it was just kind of funny. It was kind of random, weird that the guy that I bought them from, his wife was one of the writers, and she's off doing something. She's writing a screenplay or something now. But
I'm shocked that a woman is even involved in writing Family Guy.
Right, there actually was a woman involved. Right? How worse could it have been if a woman wasn't there? That's what I want to know. I'm sure she was there cleaning it up a little bit.
Oh, maybe that was her job.
That might have been her job.
Way over the line on this.
Yeah, you cannot do that.
That's like your job too.
Could you imagine? That's exactly my job. That is exactly why I'm here. And I'm here right now to reel this whole thing back in. Because if I was not here, well, silicone would have gone 18 different directions. Number one. And squishy, too. That would have been involved. So, anyway.
We're all really 12 years old.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, all of us in the world.
Oh, I thought you meant you and me in our office. So anyway, I just thought that was really funny.
Let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplant.com. It's our online free community.
Cool. All right. Chris asks, so good. Have you considered taking an online title search training course? Buying and selling properties, I see that's quite useful to know the basics of title issues and how to do a basic search and how to make sure you are preparing the deed in a correct way. Has anyone else considered taking one of these online courses?
Well, I have. I have considered this.
Oh, my goodness.
And I have done it.
I know.
And we're actually preparing to own a title agency.
That's part of the training.
It's one of the services that we will provide in next year for our members. So, yes, and I will say this, and please, everyone, retain this. More education is always better.
No, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Even if you're a female in the Middle East, well, if you are a female in the Middle East, you know this. I implore you to spread the word.
Dude.
More education.
Don't.
More education is always better, all joking aside. Okay. And you're right. We talk about it a lot. The finding properties and solving some title issues when people have passed on, or somebody's paying the tax bill and the property's in someone else's name, that's part of our business. Mm-hmm. And the more you can learn about it, and we talk about it all the time in our group here, the better off you're going to be.
Right. And I love that. You want to know a lot of these basics. There's a lot of stuff you can Google and search as you go and learn about things as you go. But anybody like a little course like this, I think it's great. My only curious thing, I didn't look these two up that Chris put here, but I'm curious if they charge anything. Because if they do, we could do something like it cheaper, I'm sure. So
I copied and pasted this from Success Plant, and the answer. This is a question and answer from two separate people. You can't see it the way I copied and pasted it, but the answer was somebody answered the question. Go to learntitlesearching.com or titlesearchcourse.com. I don't know if they're free, but get what you can get out of it. If it's a good idea, maybe pay for it. You know, we're going to provide all that stuff. Mm-hmm. We just haven't. It's on the list.
Yeah, we kind of do.
We all act as title agents in our group somewhat. Why
We
not
do
just
our own research.
Yeah, why not just like make it official? That's what I say. And then when we're doing that.
Exactly.
In the meantime, do not sit around and wait for us to do these things. Do your deals.
Exactly.
Make some money.
Yep.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on successplan.com. Today's topic, automate your deal flow. What the heck? How do you automate your deal flows? This topic came up because one of our members, and quite frankly, my little sister was in town, and she's an incredibly successful real estate in Northern Michigan. So we were talking about automating all the stuff we do. And so through a series of questions, I learned what she does that's imperative to her success. And super long story short, about 90% of what she does is just back office silly stuff.
Yeah.
10% of it is what makes her successful, which is talking to the customer, basically earning their trust and doing a real estate, maximizing price for them, just getting the deal done. And that's benefiting her customer, representing them well. So if you can automate all the back office stuff and the things that are not, we are incredibly successful for exactly two reasons. Number one, I know who to send mailers out to. I know who to send offers to. I'm good at that. Jill is incredibly good at talking to people when they're interested in selling their property or talking to them when they're interested in buying it. She doesn't do it that much any longer, but she's also good at managing the people who do it. She knows what it takes. So those are the things that we're good at. Some people are incredibly good at it, doing deeds or doing title searches or whatever. So what that non-imperative stuff that makes you successful, you want to automate that. But this is my opinion. We also have a member who automates 100% of it. He never talks to them at all. I don't think that's a good idea, but it works for this guy, and he's super successful, and he talks about it a lot. He's on the internet all over the place.
I think that it's just sending out more offers then, too. Is probably that, just upping your numbers, because you got to get this. You got to get a certain response back of people that want to, sell their property. And there's some people that we have them. They may be elderly. They don't even understand answering machines. You know what I mean? Or voicemail. They're not comfortable with that, so they won't do it. So you just got to up your numbers to get the same response of stuff to buy. And it's not crazy.
I see a lot of people beating themselves up over, failing at a small part of something.
Oh, yeah.
I am not a good paper pusher, but I don't sit around and beat myself up. I find somebody else to do it, and I find it cheap, and I solve the problem, and I concentrate on the stuff that I'm really good at. And I think a lot of people, they they love real estate, they get into it, and they find out they don't like every single element of it. And they say, I want to move on to something else.
Yeah, I can't, this isn't for me.
Right. And that's not the case.
It's really not true.
Really, it's just 2 or 3 tiny little parts of it that aren't for you.
Exactly.
Like 95.
You want to learn, like we talk about, you want to learn all the little moving parts and know them, and then figure out what you are best at, like you're saying, Jack, and just focus on that.
Yeah.
So you're right. Don't beat yourself up over those things. That was interesting. Good point.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information that's me
and inspiration that's me
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your squishy silicone ambition. Oh, I got a good laugh out of that from you.
It's good.
Was that over the line?
No. It's good. I like
Female
that.
writer?
No. That's really, really good. No, it's funny that you brought up the whole, but you think there was a girl? I didn't know there was a girl involved in that. Yeah.
I don't even think women watch that show.
Not unless we have to.
I know when it's on, you leave the room.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, see ya. I'm out of here.
I don't sit around and watch it by myself. We have a 13-year-old son, and that's maybe the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Exactly.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land,
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening.
Let's go buy some property. If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
Landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.